Okay, so good evening. Okay, in that last lecture we have covered operation which are performed on that milling machine. Okay, up till now we have discussed about the working principle of that milling machine. Simple. What is the working principle of that milling machine? Simple. I have explained here in that working principle of the milling machine. See here. See in how that milling machine is working. Simple. Which working principle is used for that milling machine? See here. This is the milling cutter is here. Okay, and that milling cutter, it is mounted on the arbor. See, this is the arbor, horizontal arbor, and that arbor, it is mounted or it is fitted in the spindle. Okay, and this is the workpiece is there. Okay, when we are giving the supply to the that milling machine, that motor is start rotate, means your spindle is start rotate, and when your spindle is start rotate, that time that arbor is rotate. Okay, along with this arbor your cutter is rotate, and once your cutter is rotating, that time we are feeding the workpiece against to that rotary workpiece, and the teeth which are provided on the periphery of that cutter, that teeth of your cutter, it will remove the material from the workpiece. This is the simple working principle of the milling machine. Then we have discussed about the classification of the milling machine. In that, the column and knee type milling machine is classified into the following types, that is the horizontal milling machine, vertical machine, universal milling machine, and ohm universal milling machine. Then what is the facility of that each machine? Again, see here. In that horizontal milling machine, whatever arbor, the position of your arbor, it will be horizontally. Okay, and here in the vertical milling machine, the spindle of that milling machine, it will be vertically. And here in the horizontal milling machine, we can achieve three movement of the table. Which three movement we can achieve in that horizontal milling machine? First movement is the longitudinal movement with the help of the saddle. Then we can achieve the crosswise movement of the table, and also we can achieve up and down movement of your knee. Okay, again similar three motions also we can achieve with the help of the universal milling machine, but in that vertical milling machine, but in that universal milling machine we can achieve four type of movement of the table. Which are there? These are the three movement are the common, that is the longitudinal, longitudinal, crosswise, and up and down. And also in one additional movement also we can achieve in that universal is the table of your universal milling machine, we can swing at the 45 degree, means angular movement also we can achieve. And here in ohm universal milling machine, again we can achieve the another movement, that is the whatever knees are there. Okay, we are already discussed this type of the milling machine, so that we are knowing that knees are there in that milling machine. Here in that ohm universal milling machine, that knees also we can swing at a particular angle, means in this milling machine we can achieve the 5 movement of the table, and here we can achieve the 4 movement of the table, and here in that three movement of the table we can achieve. Okay, again see, this is the construction working of the horizontal milling machine. Base made up from the cast iron, then column, it consists of the all driving mechanism. See here, the arbor, it is the horizontal, on that arbor cutter is there, and this is the workpiece, this is the knee. Okay, simple, we are knowing that. Okay, again we have discussed about the methods of the milling. It is the up milling and down milling. In that up milling, the direction of your cutter, the rotary direction of your cutter and feeding direction of your workpiece, both are opposite to each other. And in that up milling, that cutter, it will generate the upward force on your, it will create the upward force on your workpiece, so that it is called as up milling. And in the down milling, the direction of your cutter and the feeding direction of your workpiece, both are the same. And in the down milling, that cutter, it will generate the downward force on your workpiece, so that is called as the down milling. In the up milling, there may be chances of lifting the workpiece in upward direction, because of it will create the upward force. So that up milling, it is required the good clamping, but in the down milling, it generates the downward force, so that it is not necessary that much clamping devices. It will give the quality of surface finishing By that up milling, it is not good. It is good. Okay, it is used for the hard material and it is used for the soft material. This is about the up milling and down milling. Okay, that point also we have discussed. In that last lecture, we have discussed about the milling operation. Okay, plain milling, or also it is called as the slab milling. Generally, this plain milling operation, see here, this plain milling operation is used to produce the flat surfaces. Okay, this is used to produce the flat surface, and in the plain milling, okay, in the plain milling, the axis of your cutter is parallel to the axis of your cutter. It will be parallel to the work surface. Okay. Then face milling. Again, it is similar to the plain milling, but difference is that in the face milling, whatever the cutter we are using, the axis of your cutter is perpendicular to the surface of your workpiece, and it is also used to produce the flat surface on the face of your workpiece. Okay, simple. And here we can use the end mill as and face milling cutter. Then we have seen the end milling cutter. Okay, end milling cutter. Then it is used to produce the flat surface on the workpiece. That workpiece may be horizontal, vertical, or at any angle. Okay, when your workpiece may be horizontal, that then also it will produce the flat surface. If your workpiece, it will be the vertical, or there may be any angle is there. Okay, that time also it will produce the flat surfaces with the help of the end milling cutter. See, this is the end milling cutter. Then straddle milling operation. Okay, then what is meant by the straddle milling operation? We are knowing that in the straddle milling operation, we are using the two milling cutter. Okay, two milling cutters are mounted on your arbor, and the distance between the two cutters are obtained or maintained with the help of the collars. Okay, see here, on the both the side of your workpiece, we can remove the material, or on the both the side of your workpiece, that is the on the right side of your workpiece and left side of your workpiece also we can perform the milling operation. We can perform the milling operation with the help of this straddle milling. Generally, the straddle milling, it is used to produce the square as well as hexagonal surfaces. See, this is the cutter, two cutter. It is mounted on the same arbor, and it will produce the machining operation on the both the side of your workpiece. See, this is the workpiece. This cutter, it will produce the operation on this right side, and this cutter, it will produce the operation on the left side. Okay. Then angular milling. This operation is used to produce the angular machining on your workpiece. The example of your angular machining is the V blocks. Okay. Then gang milling. What is meant by the gang milling? Gang milling is nothing but when we are using the two or more than two cutters simultaneously on same arbor. That time it is called as the gang milling, and then most of operation we can perform simultaneously with the help of this gang milling. Okay. See here, three milling cutter we are using here. See, this is the 1, 2, and 3. Then for milling. Generally, this type of the milling operation is used to perform the operation or doing the machining process on the irregular shape of workpiece. Okay, whenever we want to produce the convex, concave, such type of the shape is generated with the help of this milling operations. Then saw milling operation, whenever we want to produce the narrow slot or grooves on your workpiece, that time we can use the saw milling. Okay, this is about the this such type of the operation we can perform with the help of the milling machine. Now we are going to discuss about the different types of the milling cutter. Okay, which type of milling cutter we are going to use on that milling machine. Okay, before going to that, first up we will discuss the what is the properties is required of that milling cutter. Okay, generally see the following property must be there on that milling cutter. That milling cutter, it should be harder than your metal being machined. Means your cutter should be harder than your workpiece. Okay, then it should be strong enough to withstand the cutting pressure. Okay, means your cutter, it should be withstand cutting pressures. Then it should be tough or resist to the shock resulting from the contact. Okay, when your cutter is contact with the workpiece, that time whatever shocks are generated, whatever shocks are generated, to that shock, that cutter should be resist. Then your cutter should be resist to the heat and abrasion of the cutting. Okay, means it should be dissipate the heat, whatever heats are generated during the machining operation. Then, and that cutter, it should be available in various size and shapes. Okay, that characteristics should be possessed by that milling cutter. Okay, then see the different types of milling cutter. The first type of the milling cutter is the plain milling cutter. Generally, we are knowing that where we can use that milling cutter. Here we can use this plain milling cutter to perform the plain milling. Okay, we are knowing that in that plain milling we are producing the flat surface from the workpiece. Okay, whenever we want to produce the flat surface on the workpiece, we are performing the milling operation, and to perform the milling operation, we can use this milling cutter. See, this is the milling cutter, and what is meant by that milling cutter? It is the one disc is there. Okay, and on the periphery of that disc, okay, on the periphery of that disc, there is the number of teeth are there. Okay, means you have to remember on the plain milling cutter, the teeth are provided on its periphery. Okay, the teeth are provided on its periphery. Okay, and here there is no teeth on its side. Okay, see here. Plain milling cutter means what? On the plain milling cutter, it consists of the one disc, and on the periphery of that disc, we are providing the number of teeth are there. Means in that plain milling cutter, the teeth are provided on its only periphery. On the side, there is no teeth are there. Okay, and what is the shape of that teeth? That teeth may be straight or that teeth may be helical. Okay, and this type of the cutter we can generally use to produce the or for the machining of the flat surface. Okay, to perform the machining of that flat surface, we can use the plain milling cutter. Okay, this is the important sentence. Okay, the teeth only on their circumference, means only on the circumference there is the teeth, on the side there is no teeth are there in the plain milling cutter, and the shape of that teeth, it will be straight or it will be helical, and it is used for the machining of the flat surface, Okay, this is the plain milling cutter. Then second type of milling cutter is side milling cutter. Okay, side milling cutter. Now see here, again this type of the milling cutter is similar to the plain milling cutter, but only difference is that in the plain milling cutter we have seen on the plain milling cutter, there is the cutting teeth are only on their periphery. Okay, or on the circumference. Okay, only on the circumference teeth are there, and on the side there is a no teeth. It is called as the plain milling. But in the side milling cutter, there are the teeth are provided on its periphery, as well as the teeth are provided on its both the side, in this side also and this side also. Okay, on the both the side teeth are provided, and also the teeth are provided on its periphery. Okay, see, this is the periphery side. Here also cutting teeth are there, and on this side also. Okay, on the sides, both the side. Okay, the teeth are provided. Okay, it is called as the side milling cutter. And what is the shape of that teeth? It will be straight or it will be helical. Okay, this is about the side milling cutter. Now see, the third type of milling cutter is the angle milling cutter. We are knowing that to perform the angular operation or to perform the angular milling on the workpiece, we are using the angle milling cutter here. Okay, and in that angular milling cutter, see, this is the angular milling cutter, that teeth, okay, the teeth are not perpendicular and parallel to the vertical axis. It is not necessary. Okay, the teeth neither parallel or nor perpendicular to the cutting axis. Okay, again, it is used for milling the angular surfaces. Also, we can produce the grooves, chamfers, reamer teeth with the help of that angular milling cutter. And here, that angular milling cutter is classified into the two types, that is a single milling cutter and double milling cutter. See, this is the angular milling cutter or angle milling cutter. Okay. Then fourth type of the milling cutter is the end milling cutter. Okay, end milling cutter. Here in that end milling cutter, see, this is the shank is there, and that shank we can hold in the spindle. Okay, and actually this is the cutter. This is the end milling cutter. Okay, see here, and on that end milling cutter, on its periphery, see, this is on its periphery, the cutting teeth are there, and this is the periphery, the cutting teeth are there, and its end, see, this is the end portion, and its end there is teeth, means here also teeth and here also teeth are provided on that end milling cutter. Okay, generally it is used for cutting the slot and also for producing the flat surface when your workpiece it will be horizontal, vertical, or any particular angle. See here, there are two types of milling cutter it will be there. First is the solid end mill cutter and second is the sail end mill cutter. Then what is meant by the solid end mill cutter? Fan in the solid end mill cutter, see, this is the shank. Okay, it is called as a shank, and this is the cutter. Actually, it is the cutter. Okay, in the solid end mill, the shank and cutter are integrated. Okay, this shank and that cutter it will be integrated, means it will be one unique. That time it is called as the solid end mill. And in the sail end mill cutter, the shank it will be separate. The shank it will be separate, and that cutter it will be separate. This is about the end milling cutter. Now see, this is the face milling cutter. We are knowing that to perform the face milling, what do you mean by the face milling? With the help of the face milling, we can produce the flat surface on the face of your workpiece, and in that face milling, we are knowing that generally this face milling operation we can perform on the vertical milling machine. And to perform the face milling, we are using this face milling cutter. See, this is the face milling cutter. On its periphery, the insert are inserted. See, this is called as the insert. Okay, this is called as the insert, and with the help of that insert, means it is the teeth. One type of the teeth is there, and the teeth are inserted into this portion. It is called as the face milling cutter, and with the help of that teeth or insert, we can say we can remove the metal from that workpiece. Okay, this is the face milling cutter. Then form cutter. Okay, where we can use the form cutter? Yes, to perform the concave shape on the workpiece, that time we can use this form type milling cutter. Okay, see, this is the form type milling cutter. Then T slot milling cutter. See, this is the T slot milling cutter. We are knowing that this type of the milling cutter is generally used to produce the T slot on the workpiece. Okay, to perform the T slot or to produce the T slot on your workpiece, we can use the T slot milling cutter. Okay, this is about the such type of the milling cutter we can use on the milling machine. With the help of that, okay, whatever cutter we have seen, okay, that is the plane milling, face milling, slide milling, end milling, angular milling, form milling. Okay, with the help of that, all the cutter we can perform the various type of operation on the milling machine. Okay, understood? Hello, whether you understood or not? Yes, anybody?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Up till now, which point we have covered? We have covered the milling. Definition of the milling machine. Once again, I will repeat. Please listen carefully. Milling machine, or that milling is nothing but it is the machining operation. In that milling machine, we can remove the metal from the workpiece with the help of the rotary cutter. Means in that milling machine, we are going to use cutting tool as a cutter. It will be act as your cutting tool in the milling machine. Okay, there are the different types of cutters are there. With the help of the suitable cutter, we can remove the metal from that workpiece, and in that milling, your milling cutter it will be mounted on your arbor or in the spindle. Okay, and that arbor it will be fitted into the spindle. Okay, when arbor is start rotating, along with the arbor, that cutter it will be rotating, and when once your cutter is rotating, that time we have to give the feed to the workpiece. Okay, just we are going to feeding the workpiece against to that workpiece, and due to the rotary motion of that cutter and due to the feeding action of your workpiece, that milling cutter it will remove the material from that workpiece. Okay, this is about the milling. Then horizontal milling machine we have seen, that is the vertical milling machine also we have seen. Okay, once again I will revise construction and working of that horizontal and vertical milling machine. See, this is the horizontal milling machine. Okay, in that horizontal milling machine, see, this is the arbor is there. That arbor it is mounted on the spindle. That spindle it will be horizontal hollow. Inside that spindle we can easily mount the arbor. Okay, and on that arbor, this is the cutter is there. Okay, whatever operation we have to require, according to that we can mount the suitable cutter on a arbor. Okay, when here one electrical motor it will be there, when we are rotating or when we are giving the supply to that electrical motor, means when your electrical motor is start, this spindle is start rotate, along with the spindle arbor is rotating, and your cutter is also start rotate, and when once your cutter is rotating, that time we can give the feed to that work table. Okay, this is the work table, and on that work table there will be the workpiece is there. Okay, now see, this is the knee, this is the saddle. With the help of the saddle we can give the longitudinal feed to that table. Also we can go the cross feed to that table, and with the help of the knee, see, this is the knee. Okay, and here one elevating screw is provided. With the help of that elevating screw, one hand wheel it will be there. When we are rotating this hand wheel, with the help of that elevating screw, this knee it will be more upward and downward. Okay, in this manner we can give the feed to that work. Okay, this is about the horizontal milling machine. Again, it consists of the one column. And what is the function of that column? In that column we are going to mount, or in that column we are going to consist all driving mechanism. Whatever driving mechanisms are required to rotate that arbor, okay, that all driving mechanism means it consists of the motor, pulleys, gear. Okay, such type of the driving mechanism is present into column. Okay, and on the face of that column, okay, on the face of that column, it consists of one guideways are provided. With the help of that guideway, this knee it will be move up and down. This is about the horizontal. See, then vertical, only difference is that in the vertical milling machine, one vertical head is provided, and inside that vertical head or spindle it will be there, and the position of your spindle it will be vertical. And here, with the help of that vertical milling head, this milling head we can rotate at any angle. Here scale is provided. Again, similar process. This is the saddle. Above the saddle table is there, and above the table the work piece is there. With the help of the saddle we can go the longitudinal movement. Okay, here we can go the cross movement, and also with the help of the knee we can go the up and down movement. This is the bed. On the bed column is there. Again, same function. It is used to hold the all driving mechanism. Okay, then vertical universal milling machine. Okay, only difference is that in the universal milling machine, one circular base is there. Okay, on the circular base your table is mounted, and with the help of that circular base we can rotate your table at a 45 degree, so that in the universal milling machine we can achieve the 4 movement. Means we can achieve the longitudinal movement. With the help of the saddle we can achieve the cross movement, we can achieve the vertical up and down movement, and also we can achieve the angular movement. Generally, this universal milling machine where we can use to produce the spur gear, spiral gear, bevel gear, twister, drill, and reamer. The production of the such type of the element, we can use the universal milling machine. Then ohm universal milling machine is there, and the difference is that in the ohm universal machine we are going to use one additional movement. Means whatever the knees are there, see, this is the knee. This knee also we can rotate or swing at a particular angle in the ohm universal milling machine. Okay, see, up milling. What is meant by the up milling? Okay, when the direction of your cutter, suppose your cutter is rotating this direction and we are giving the feed in this direction, means both the direction are opposite, that time it is called as the up milling. Okay, in that up milling, that cutter it will be generate minimum force at the initially, and it will generate the maximum cutting force at the end, and the thickness of the chip. Okay, whatever chips are generated initially, the thickness of that chip it will be minimum, and whatever chips are generated at the end, the thickness of that chip it will be the maximum. Okay, in that up milling, it is difficult to pour the coolant on the cutting edges so that it will produce the, it does not produce that much good surface finish. Okay, and the another point is there, in that up milling, that when cutter is rotating, that time it will create the upward force. Okay, it will create the upward force to that workpiece so that there may be chances of lifting this workpiece. There may be chances of lifting this workpiece, so that for the up milling, it is necessary to use the good clamping. Okay. Then we have seen the down milling. What is meant by the down milling? Here in the down millings, here in the down milling, the direction of your cutter, the direction of your cutter and the direction of your workpiece both are the same. Okay, both are the same. That time it is called as the down milling. And in the down milling, at the initially, this cutter it will be create the maximum cutting force. It will generate the maximum cutting force, and at the and it will create the minimum cutting force at the end. And the thickness of the chip, the thickness of the chip is maximum at the initially, and the thickness of the chip is the minimum at the end. Okay, and here in the down milling, we can easily pour the cutting, we can easily pour the coolant on that cutting edges so that it will produce the good surface finish. And in the down milling, it does not create the upward force. It does not create the upward force. Okay, instead of that upward force, it will create the downward force on your workpiece. Okay, means your down milling, it will create the downward force on your workpiece so that it is not necessary for the good clamping. And this down milling, it will produce the good surface finish. Okay, and the down milling we can use for the soft material. Okay, generally we can use it is for the soft material, and this up milling generally you can use for the hard material. Okay, this is the simple difference between the up milling and down milling. Then comparison also we have seen, and that is all milling operation. Okay, once again I will revise in only one sentence each operation. Sphere, plane, milling machine. In this operation or this operation, milling operation is used to produce the flat surface. Okay, this is used to produce the flat surface, and here in this, during this operation, the axis of your cutter and the surface of your workpiece both are the parallel. Okay, in the face milling also it is used to produce the flat surface on the face of your workpiece, and during this machining operation, the axis of your cutter it will remain perpendicular to the surface. Okay, then we have seen straddle milling here. What is meant by the straddle milling? In simple, in the straddle milling, we are going to use the 2 milling cutter on the both the side. Okay, 2 milling cutter we can mount on the arbor, and that 2 milling cutter it will be generate, or it will be carried out the machining operation on the both the side of your workpiece. Means suppose this is the workpiece, and when it will be carried out the machining operation on the both the side of your workpiece. Simple. Okay, and the straddle milling machine, we are knowing that it is used to generate, or it is used to produce the square and hexagonal shapes. Okay, again angular milling, it is used to generate the angular, to perform the angular machining operation on the workpiece. Example, phi block we can produce with the help of the angular block. Then gang milling, what is meant by the gang milling? In the gang milling, when we are using the more than 2, okay, when we are using the more than 2 milling cutter, when we are using the more than 2 milling cutter, when we are using the more than 2 milling cutter on the same arbor, that time it is called as the gang milling. Means we can use the 3, 4, 5 milling cutter on the same arbor, and that all milling cutter it will be rotated simultaneously, and it will produce the machining operation simultaneously. And the diameter of that each milling cutter it will be same, or it will be different according to your requirement. Okay, then again we have seen here saw milling. to generate or to produce the narrow slot. Okay, whenever we want to produce the narrow slot or grooves on the workpiece with the help of that milling machine, that time we can use the saw milling operation. Okay, then end milling, it is used to produce the flat surface on a workpiece. That workpiece, it will be the, whether that workpiece it will be the horizontal, vertical or angular. Okay, at any condition we can produce the flat surfaces with the help of this end milling cutter. Okay, these are the simple operation we can perform with the help of the milling machines. And in simple, the types of the cutters also we have seen. This is the plain mill cutter. In that plain mill cutter, on its periphery, okay, it is one type of the disc is there, and the periphery of that disc, the cutting, the teeth are provided. That cutting teeth, it will be provided on its only periphery, yeah? Only periphery, not, there will not be teeth on its side. Okay, there will not be teeth on its side, and it is used to generate the flat surface. Side milling, again it is similar to the plain milling, but only difference is that here in the side milling we are providing the cutting teeth on its periphery as well as on its periphery as well as on the both the side also. We can provide the cutting teeth on the both the side also, here and the face also. Angle milling, it is used to produce the angular machining operation, and here in the angular milling cutter, the teeth, whatever teeth are provided, that teeth neither parallel or nor perpendicular to the cutting axis. Okay, end mill cutter, in that end mill cutter, see, this is the end mill cutter is there, and the periphery of that end mill cutter, the cutting teeth are there, and also at the end there will be the cutting edges are there. Okay, these are the simple milling cutter we are using to perform the different types of milling operation in the milling. Okay, thank you.